I got to worrying last night about the wisdom of using the space between these little cardboard strips as firm enough to stitch through to hold those signatures, because they're going to get a lot of wear. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to put a solid piece of chipboard over this. And that's going to leave me a little issue right here. I may put another piece of Tyvek on there. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, I went to my stash. And this is a thinner piece of chipboard. Let's see what we got here. Cool. I've got a crease. I love how things work out. Nope, I don't either. Never mind. I've got a crease here and I need a crease there. Never mind. But things like that do work out for me a lot of times. So I'm going to use this centerpiece. I thought it'd be real cool if the fold lines on the box lined up, but they don't. Okay, I can make that one work. Just like that. And I'm going to wrap this around to the back. Just again, extra strength. Alright. 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 I'm going for gel medium here. And my tool is in the floor. Actually, it'd be easier if I just put everything in the floor. That's where it ends up anyway. No one's ever going to see this part. You can tell this isn't rehearsed for Home Shopping Network, or this would have been creased already. Thumbnail to do the trick. Thumbnail also cuts all the way through, so we want to be careful there. Okay. Well, as usual, this thing will probably hold up till this kit is 47. I glued my pieces on in the middle to reinforce that little bit of chipboard. And then I duct taped again across the whole thing and then on the inside. Because I'm going to be making holes to stitch those signatures through. And I want to make sure this thing holds together. In fact, I think I'm going to pull another piece right across here because we'll have holes coming, whoops, right through this edge. So I'm going to do that too. Well, that wasn't really what I intended, but oh well. Now I'm trying to decide whether to use an awl punch to it or to use a Japanese screw punch, which will make a little hole. Instead of, it'll make a circular hole instead of a punch hole like an awl makes. And I'm thinking if I use the Japanese hole punch, I can run thicker threads through the holes. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. This is with the Japanese screw punch. I'm going to do that because it's a nice neat hole and I can play with some threads. Here it is. Here it is. Neat little toy. All you do is push and doing it into a piece of wood, but there you have it. Now I've got to decide. Well, I'm going to have 5 holes. So, hang on just a minute. That's about as close to 10 as you're ever going to get. So, I'm going to make some marks. Here we go. 5. And we want 5 holes, so that'll be 1 in from the top will be at 9. 1 from the bottom is 1, so there's 3. So now all I have to do is come in halfway on this, which is 4. How easy could that be? 4, and then 6. Now we have 5 holes, and we're going to have some fun decorating this later on tonight, I hope. I've got wood under my desk, so I don't really need this. Let's see. The old eyeball. Well, that does a lot of good. You got one end propped into your belly, because the ruler, of course, is larger than anybody needs. Now, at the intersection of each of these, am I in it? Now, see that perfect little hole? Won't be that easy going through all that paper, but okay, this is our guide. All the signatures, there's 4, and the 4 rows on here. We're going to line this up with this crease that I've worked so hard on. Line up the edges. think maybe I'll fold that. It's always easier the second time you do something. Okay. Okay. Now then, line that up. Here we go. Wrong one. This is one I inherited from mother-in-law. It's a real Japanese punch, but it doesn't have the screw feature, which makes this infinitely more doable. Oh, we got through. Look at that pretty little hole. Now, the difference in an awl, when you just poke a hole through like an ice pick tool, is that you get all the fabric, fringy stuff sticking up on top. And we don't want that. Okay, I'll come back when I've got these all done. Okay, a few minutes later, here are my holes, sort of. There. Glad I used this, because I would have been here forever with an awl and a hammer. And since Randy is gone, thankfully he'll be back day after tomorrow, I didn't have anybody to pawn this off on. And you notice with my usual accuracy, even with my pattern, one of my center holes ended up off a little bit. It was, off from its partner. So I just made the second middle hole match that. Who cares? I mean, this is handmade. It will be fine. I need to punch that one again. So, back to work.